Hello everyone, this is Jordan Ulrich, the Chief Financial Officer of Peguis. I'm happy to report to you today another financial update. Is July 5th, 2024. And the last one was a few months ago, so it's time for another update. There's lots of great things to update you all on, and I'm sure you'll be very interested in the items I've selected today for update. So the first item on the agenda here today to update you on is cash flow. Cash flow has been a very problematic thing for Peguis over many, many years. And I'm happy to report to you today that current leadership has not only stabilized cash flow, but we have now drastically improved cash flow, so much so that we are now a matter of only months away from making actual, tangible, permanent improvements. And that has always been the goal for cash flow. The fate of our nation cannot simply be to receive government funding each year and spend that government funding and repeat. That just can't be our existence. We have to move beyond. We have to move past this. We have to build. We have to grow. We need homes. We need flood issues permanently fixed. We need jobs created. We need our own source revenue generating companies to actually generate revenue. And to do that, a lot of those things require cash flow. Unfortunately, in many prior years before this, we had not only no cash flow to utilize for these things, but we actually took on horrendous loans at high interest rates to attempt these things. And all of those things basically left us with zero return on investment. And I have said that before, Assiniboine Downs generates zero revenue back to membership. Not one of us has received $1 from the Assiniboine Downs deal. Other deals, other businesses created, nothing has generated an actual return on our money. And that is where we are now finally at the point, under current leadership's great guidance, to actually turn a profit on our own source revenue generating companies, as well as to actually build permanent infrastructure and solve some permanent issues, which I'll get to right away. So, and all that being said, the goal, even though we are under block funding, we're in year 5 of 10 of our 10-year block funding agreement. The goal is to not take money from our education program, from our youth, from our students any longer. That has typically been the practice in the past, from leadership in the past, to sort of use that as a last-minute bucket to grab money from, but our current leadership does not intend to take any money from education. So we're really truly about to turn a very positive picture going forward here. The next item I'd like to update everyone on is the housing and flood. A big piece that was always required to solve our housing and flood issues is needing a project manager. And I talked about that a little bit in our last video update. And that's where we're at right now. We are about to sign an agreement, a contract for a project manager company to actually take a holistic look at the land, at where and how we need to permanently solve the flooding. There's no sensible point in just year after year doing the same thing, repairing homes, sandbagging, minor little renovations to homes and to the land, building up small dikes, when we just permanently flood year after year after year. So leadership is looking at how to permanently, truly solve this. This is actually very groundbreaking work for our nation. I'm very excited about it. So not only do we have the project manager about to come on board, and it's not just a one-person individual like it was attempted in the past. This is an actual firm, an actual group of qualified individuals working collectively together to take a look at the strategy and how to permanently solve this. Of course, we need dollars to follow. And so leadership has actually been hard at work even in the last 48 hours with multiple meetings with the Government of Canada to negotiate the funds to match what is required. So we have lined up funding for this project manager position. We're very thankful for Indigenous Services Canada to meet us with this state of emergency that Chief Bird declared. And we are also now lining up the funds for the actual hardware, if you will, the actual gravel, the actual construction equipment, the actual legal bills that will follow to work with the nearby RMs and province as well. It's not just federal, it's going to be provincial work, it's going to be the RMs associated to us and attached to us nearby. And we are very excited that this is progressing very quickly. We're hoping that even construction equipment gets actively working this summer on the permanent strategy, the permanent solution. We have many qualified individuals in our own nation, such as Mike Sutherland, Rob Forbister. We're also working with Ian Halkett. So leadership's working with these groups as they've been researching for years the strategy to stop the flooding. And that's what we need. We need to stop the flooding so that all these new homes we're about to build won't just be getting moldy in a year and falling apart in a year due to the waters. So we're very excited about this. It's going to be groundbreaking. This is all following the statement of claim that's been filed by this current leadership. Another groundbreaking step for our nation. I'm so proud of our current leadership. I'm proud to be a member of Peguis and in the direction we're going. And we're about to get those funds released, and we're confident Indigenous Services Canada is working with us diligently. We're confident we're going to get the funds we need to permanently solve these issues and not only solve the flooding, but build up all the homes for every member that is in need of a home. And so we're even excited to say that we're actually going to Montreal, some of us, next week to lobby the highest levels of government and back it and substantiate our claims with actual numbers, with actual metrics, and with actual discussion points of the many health issues that have transpired from this, the deaths that have transpired, the loss of jobs, the loss of hope. And I'm here today on behalf of Chief and Council to tell you there is a lot of hope coming, and there's a lot of hope even now. Another matter I'd like to update you on is the BFI matter. Obviously a huge element of what our nation's currently facing. And again, I'm happy to report to you that we have taken massive strides to getting this BFI matter solved and off our back. So we're very, very confident. The longer this progresses and the more hours we put towards this is looking more and more like it's going to shape up in our favor, especially due to, again, to the hard work current leadership's been putting into this and prioritizing towards this. So there's no guarantees we can make yet at this time, and certainly not on camera due to the legality of it all. We don't want to show our cards, if you will, but I am happy to report to you as members that things are looking very strong. And a couple actual real updates for you guys in the last few weeks is as you know, we've been working with Castles Brock. That's our legal team solely dedicated to the BFI matter. Our main legal team of Cascadia and the main lawyer there, John Gallius, he is still working hard with us as well in supporting this. I've been working hard on this as well. And we've brought on a financial advisor to be solely dedicated to the financial parts of the BFI matter, to really, it's not an audit, but it's going to be a full picture of what exactly transpired with the BFI loans. Why did these get entered into? What money came in and when? And how exactly did that money get spent? This is no small matter. That's why we've retained FTI from Calgary. They're a financial firm that is solely dedicated to these types of one-off matters, irregular matters, if you will. And I've been working with FTI as well, actively on this, providing them all the information they need and helping them fit together the pieces of this puzzle. That we've all heard 1,000 different stories of these BFI funds, and FTI is going to put together the full picture for every member. They're going to publish what we require to know exactly how this went down. And again, this is groundbreaking work. Current leadership, current Chief and Council continue to work hard and prioritize this to get us out of the mess that they inherited and get this BFI thing off our backs so we can get back to true growth that not get back to, but we can get towards true growth. In not receiving funding every year and spending it and then repeat. We need to grow. We need to build. We need more jobs. We need more revenues developed from our own companies. And so we're very close to that. And this BFI matter, getting it solved, is a big part of that. Item number 4 I'd like to update you all as members on today is the Finance and Audit Committee. The Finance and Audit Committee is a part of our financial administration law, and it's actually a massive part of our financial administration law because it is the committee that makes sure it has eyes on everything, and it holds myself as Chief Financial Officer and whoever fills that seat for generations to come. It holds Chief and Counsel, and it holds all the directors and finance managers accountable with transparent information, and makes sure that all the funds are being utilized the way they should, and that there's no fraudulent events, that there's no misuse of funds. And so very excited to say that current leadership has been actively prioritizing getting this Finance and Audit Committee in place. We've even actually decided we're going to go with a Finance and Audit Committee of 7 people, 2 of which will be Chief and Counsel, 5 of which will be independent members that don't work directly with the finances of the nation. They're all going to be qualified people. They're going to have to fill out a variety of forms and checks and various things that ensure that we have a very qualified group of people taking a look at me, taking a look at Chief and Counsel, taking a look at all financial matters of the band to prevent the muddying of waters that have been the misuse of funds, to prevent any type of disastrous events like the BFI lending agreements that were entered into in the past. All of these things will be prevented by the Finance and Audit Committee, and they will flag and notify members if there's ever any red alerts coming your way, which I'm happy to say there are none at this time, but it's all about making sure that future generations and future practices of our nation are followed and adhered to. We, Chief and Counsel, executives, myself, Pam, Cindy, and the whole team, all of us, we all want this to be a lasting impact that we all leave. And so we're public servants of you as the members. We realize that. It's anything but a dictatorship. This is a true democracy, a true, again, our own Chief Bird, he continues to check, Jordan, is there funds for me to go to this event? Is there travel in our funds for me to attend AFOA? He asks these questions, and again, this is a huge sign for our nation when the top down is adhering to budgets and cash flow and proper use of funds. It's a sign we're about to achieve tremendous things as Peguis First Nation. The 5th item I'd like to update you all on is the FMS certification. FMS stands for Financial Management System. So it's a certification process through the FMB. And again, FMB is the Financial Management Board that many nations across Canada have been working with. And this FMS certification is an awesome thing which basically proves to the world that we are adhering to the highest levels of financial accountability, procedures, policies, systems, and this is going to be an awesome thing once it's achieved. There's 24 items involved in the checklist to produce to FMB to obtain the FMS certification. So I'm confident we're going to get that this year. I'm confident I can send in everything required this year. So it's no small undertaking, but we have again, it's not just me. We have a fantastic finance department. Laura Stevenson works very closely with me. All the finance managers in place, all the finance staff at every level, the payroll staff led by Roseanne. It's just, I can't say enough about how much good work we've been doing and adhering to the right policies, the right procedures. Some might say it takes more work to have 3 levels of sign-off for every expense we pay. But you know what? That's what you as members deserve. That's what we as a nation deserve. I can't even, as the CFO, go in and make a payment if I wanted to in the bank. It involves multiple levels of sign-off, multiple uploads and approvals even in the bank system. And that's the way it always should have been. That's the way it is now. And this type of transparency comes when we have nothing to hide. So it's a positive day for Peguis. The last thing I'd like to update everyone on is PDC, Peguis Development Corporation. Obviously, PDC is not just one entity. It has multiple businesses, entities, and numbered companies that it holds the shares of. And again, PDC its true intent is to be a holding company. So what a holding company is it's if you think of PDC as an umbrella, PDC is that highest point of the umbrella, and it holds shares of different business entities and corporations. And PDC is basically supposed to oversee those different businesses and collect the profit at each year end and to have it distributed back up to PDC, and then it decides, do we want to, is there a loss in this company that we need to devote some funding to? Do we want to start a whole new business? Do we want to invest in that business? So PDC and CPIC are supposed to act in this way, and we're getting these things back on track. Unfortunately, in many past years, there has been a severe, and I mean severe, muddying of waters where the band has intervened and influenced PDC and CPIC, and that is just not how it's supposed to be. It is supposed to be chief and council is governance only over here, looking after Indigenous Services Canada and FNIB funding and the affairs that particularly affect our nation on day-to-day matters. Our own source revenue generators and our trusts are supposed to be over here, and so we have been taking a tremendous amount of effort to get it back to that way. It's supposed to be a distinct separation with a line there, and membership, you at the top, we as members, I'm a member as well, we are at the top, and we are supposed to be beneficiaries of the proper protocol from both our government funding, but also our own source revenue generating companies. And so I'm happy to report that Patrick McKay, he's been hard at work as the new PDC general manager. There was no one even in place for a long time in PDC to oversee that whole business and all of its entities. And we've also really taken the hard steps at reviving the PDC board. And these four individuals have been hard at work as well with taking the proper governance approach of PDC and its matters. PDC we inherited a lot of issues, not only with PDC, but many of its business entities that it holds the shares of and oversees. And I'm thankful to report, after a lot of legal work and a lot of hard work with chief and council and devoting attention to PDC, we've just about eradicated the last of those matters, and PDC can get on with what it's always supposed to have been doing, is generating revenue for Peguis. And no interference from chief and council. So I'm thankful chief and council, current leadership, understands the hands-off approach and the true nature of how that entity is supposed to function. So all these matters you've been hearing tale of, with Selkirk One Stop to Midway to businesses losing money, those days are about to be done. And we're thankful for that. We're thankful for the PDC board and the leadership of Patrick McKay and the team he's building in PDC, that they're taking the reins on all those things. So that's about it for today. We hope to have another financial update coming your way, very likely, I'll say, in probably September. And we hope to see a lot of movement, even from these matters I addressed to you today, that there will be significant movement and improvement on all these matters. And as always, we have, I can speak on behalf of the executives, Pam Fable as your CAO, Cindy Spence as your COO, and myself as your CFO. We really maintain that collaborative approach. We welcome questions and comments from all to steward that on behalf of leadership. For any financial related questions and concerns, please contact me at fin.cfo@peguis.ca. That's my email. I'll say it one more time, fin.cfo@peguis.ca. I welcome any questions, concerns, comments. Again, I am a public servant of you. I'm also a member of Peguis, and you have every right to know what I know, as we are all stewards of these funds that we're given from the federal government, but also from our own source revenue generating companies. We have an open door policy that way, and I'm excited to. I would love for each and every member that takes an interest in the financial affairs of our nation is a massive victory for Peguis. So with that, I say farewell for now and talk soon, and thanks for listening to this video.